and our consciousness is so mixed up in our day-to-day life that to come out of that consciousness also takes time. Our consciousness is so mixed up. So Kirtan actually helps in that. To come out of that consciousness also takes time. Wait, I have to stop something somewhere. Kirtan actually helps in that. Come out of that consciousness also takes time. Wait, I have to stop something somewhere. Okay, I found. Okay, so shall I share the screen? Okay, so we are going to start the ninth verse. Eighth verse was explaining about the importance of continuously listening to the Krishna Katha and continuously engaging our mind in listening about Krishna. So it was 24 hours a day. The essence of all advice is that one should utilize one's full time 24 hours a day in nicely chanting and remembering the Lord's divine name, transcendental form, qualities, and eternal pastimes, thereby gradually engage one's tongue and mind. In this way, one should reside in Vraja, Goloka Vrindavan Dham, and serve Krishna under the guidance of devotees. One should follow in the footsteps of Lord's beloved devotees who are deeply attached to his devotional service. So now, in the ninth verse, the importance of Vrajadham is explained. So before we start, Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातं हम वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणे ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामी इति नामिने नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णाय भक्तिवेदान्त नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य तारिणे. Okay, so verse number 9. So what we'll do, first we will read the word to word translation and then we will chant the shloka, so we understand the meaning of shloka and also it is interesting and develop some connection with the shloka chanting. Okay, so Vaikuntat, Vaikuntat, Vaikuntat. Then Vaikunta, the spiritual world, Janita, because of birth, Vara, better, Madhupuri, the transcendental city of Mathura, Tatrapi, Tatra api, superior to that, Rasa Utsavat, Rasotsavat, because of the performance of Ras Leela, Vrunda Aranyam, the forest of Vrindavan, Udhar Pani of Lord Krishna. Udhar Pani of Lord Krishna. Ramanath, because of various kinds of loving pastime. Ramanath, because of Tatrapi, Tatrapi, superior to that. Govardhana, Govardhan Hill. Radha Kunda, Radha Kundam, a place called Radha Kunda. Iha Api, Ihapi, superior to this. Gokula Pate of Krishna, the master of Gokula. Prema Amruta, a place called, Prema Amruta, with the nectar of divine love. Prema Amruta. Apla Vanad, because of being over flooded. Apla Vanad, because of being over flooded. Kuryat, would do. Asya, of this. Radha Kunda. Virachata, situated. Giri Tate, at the foot of Govardhan Hill. Sevam, service. Viveki, who is intelligent. Na, not. Ka, who. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The place known as Mathura is spiritually superior to Vaikuntha, the transcendental world, because the Lord appeared there. Superior to Mathura Puri is the transcendental forest of Vrindavan, because Krishna's Ras Leelas, because Krishna's Lal Leela pastimes. Superior to the forest of Vrindavan is Govardhan Hill, for it was raised by divine hands of Sri Krishna and was the site of his various loving pastimes. And above all, the super excellent Sri Radha Kund stands supreme, for it is overflooded with the ambrosial nectarian prema of Lord of the Gokula, Sri Krishna. Where then is that intelligent person who is unwilling to serve this divine Radha Kund, which is situated at the foot of Govardhan Hill? Okay. Now, so we understand that it is explaining, because the last verse was explaining that we should live at Vraja and under the guidance of the Krishna's devotees we should serve. So now this importance of the Vraja Dham and Govardhan Hill and Radha Kund, right? This verse is explaining. So now if we see the verse, वैकुंठात् जनितो मधुपुरी तत्रापि रासोत्सवाद. So first line, Vaikuntha, जन्म मधुपुरी is Mathura, तत्रापि रासोत्सवाद, रासलीला. वृंदावन अरण्यम उदारपाणि रमना तत्रापि गोवर्धन. So Vrindavan and Govardhan. राधा कुंडम इहापि गोकुलपते प्रेमामृतात् Aplawanath. Aplawanath is overflooded, right? Yeah, overflooded, yeah. So Radha Kunda, Gokulpate, Krishna's prema, loving devotional or loving pastimes. Aplawanath is, yeah. Kuryat asya virajato giritate sevam vivekinaka. So, who will not, Giritate is situated at the edge of Giri, Govardhan. Sevam vivekinaka, so one who is viveki, intelligent, why he won't stay there? Vaikunta janito varamadupuri tatrapi rasotsavad. Vrindavaranyam udarapani ramana tatrapi govardhana. Radha kundam ihapi gokulapate pemamrutat प्लावनात् कुर्यादस्य विराजतो गिरितटे सेवां विवेकिनका. Anybody wants to try? If you remember the meaning, it's very interesting. Is there?
Correct.
Hare Krishna.
वैकुण्ठजनितो वरमधु वैकुण्ठजनितो वरा मधुपूरि तत्रापि रसोत्सवात् वृन्दावन्यम् उदारपाने रमणात् तत्रापि गोवर्धना राधाकुण्डम् इवापि गोकुलपते प्रेमार्ताप्लवनात् कुर्यादस्य व्रजतो गिरितटे सेवं विवेकिनः का
Thank you,
हरे
Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Anybody else want to try? Vaikuntha janito varamadupuri tatrapi rasotsava vrindavaranyam udar padi ramana tatrapi govardhana radha kundamihipi gokulapate Pemamruta plava plavanat kuryadasya virajito giritate seva vivekinaka. Okay, so if nobody wants to try more, if nobody is there to try, then we can go for translation and purport again. Okay, the holy place known as Mathura is spiritually superior to Vaikunta, the transcendental world, because the Lord appeared there. Superior to Mathura Puri is transcendental forest of Vrindavan because of Krishna's Ras Leela pastimes. And superior to the forest of Vrindavan is Govardhan Hill, for it was raised by the divine hand of Sri Krishna and was the site of various loving pastimes. And above all, the super excellent Sri Radha Kund stands supreme, for it is overflooded with the ambrosial nectarian prema of Lord of Gokula, Sri Krishna, of Gokul, Sri Krishna. Where then is that intelligent person who is unwilling to serve this divine Radha Kund, which is situated at the foot of Govardhan Hill? Purport. I will read it one paragraph, or and then somebody can please help to read the remaining. The spiritual world is three-fourths of the total creation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it is the most exalted region. The spiritual world is naturally superior to the material world. However, Mathura and the adjoining areas, although appearing in the material world, are considered superior to the spiritual world because the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself appeared at Mathura. The interior forest of Vrindavan are considered superior to Mathura because of the presence of 12 forests, Dvadashavana, which is Talavan, Madhuvan, and Bhulavan, which are famous for various pastimes of Lord. Thus, the interior Vrindavan forest is considered superior to Mathura. But superior to this forest is the divine Govardhan Hill because Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill like an umbrella, raising it with his lotus-like beautiful hand to protect his associates. The denizens of Raja from the torrent, to protect his associates, denizens of Raja, from the torrential rain sent by angry Indra, king of demigod. It is also at Govardhan Hill that Krishna tends the cow with his cowherd friends. And there also he had his rendezvous with the most beloved Sri Radha and engage in loving pastimes with her. Radha Kund at the foot of Govardhan is superior to all because it is there that love of Krishna overflows. Advanced devotees prefer to reside at Radhakund because this place is the site of many memorial of eternal loving affairs between Krishna and Radharani, Rati Vilas. Anybody is in situation to read?
हरे कृष्ण
Yeah.
In Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, it is stated that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first visited the area of Brajabhumi, he could not at first find the location of Radhakunda. This means that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually searching for the exact location of Radhakunda. Finally, he found the holy spot, and there was a small pond there. He took his bag in that small pond and told his devotees that the actual Radhakunda was situated there. Later, the pond was excavated by Lord Chaitanya's devotees, headed first by six Goswamis such as Rupa and Raghunatha Dasa. Presently, there is a large lake known as Radhakunda there. Srila Rupa Goswami has given much stress to Radhakunda because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire to find it, who then would give up Radhakunda and try to reside elsewhere. No person with the transcendental intelligence would do so. The importance of Radhakunda, however, cannot be realized by other Vaishnava Sampradayas, nor can persons understand, not can person uninterested in the devotional service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understand the spiritual importance and the divine nature of Radhakunda. Thus, Radhakunda is namely worshipped by the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the followers of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Padantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunath Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langaite Girim Yat Krupatam Ham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarine. Yeah, so this is very important verse quoted by Srila Prabhupada and his disciples and other devotees many times, explaining the importance of Radha Kund. I think most of us have visited Radha Kund, right? Somebody has not still visited Radha Kund.
I
Arti,
have visited.
Raja
I
Lakshmi.
also haven't visited Prabhuji.
I have also not visited.
Oh, then we should plan this year, huh? To visit.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Please let's go.
Let's plan something, if possible. So, it's explaining the importance of Radha Kund. So, once we visit Radha Kund, those who have visited and those who have not also visited, listening to this verse and the purport and many other places where importance of living in Radha Kund is explained. But it is also explained that living means like whatever I have seen in different seasons in Radha Kund, it is not so easy to live in Radha Kund. Okay, it's a small village type of thing, and now of course there are several facilities, but before it was very small village, and in summer the temperature there is it's very hot, 40 45 degrees. Winter it is very cold, and you have to be very your consciousness to be very high in bhakti to live in Radha Kund with all the other material austerities that are required. Okay, so here Goswami that intelligent person will who they will always like to serve Radha Kund. So here the service of Radha Kund is explained. At Radha Kund also there are kutir of our different acharyas who stayed there. And their kutirs are there, and if you go to Radha Kund, you will see many Bengali devotees live there. So, as explained in this purport, it is mostly worshipped by the Gaudiya Vaishnavas because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was looking for it, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found it out, uh, the actual location, and then that's why we are able to go to Radha Kund and worship the Radha Kund. And why it is important, right? So, um, in Radha Kund, see if you see here, why this is dark, I don't know. Okay, so what is there in Radha Kund, right? Radha Kund is there, Shamkund is there together, right? Then there is Radha Govindji Devji Mandir is there, Radha Damodar Mandir is there, Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur Prabhupada's house is there. Then Nityananda Prabhu's Baithak is there, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami Pad Samadhi is there, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Samadhi is there, Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami Pad Bhajan Kutir is there, Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Bhajan Kutir is there, Shri Jiva Goswami Bhajan Kutir is there, Janma Mataji Baithak is there, Lalita Sakhi Kunda is there. So all these acharyas, if you see, they have their bhajan kutir at Radha Kund, or around the area of Radha Kund. We have visited few of these bhajan kutirs and temples, but should visit each places. So what happens is generally we visit to Radha Kund on parikrama to Govardhan. Okay, mostly it is like that. When we are doing the Govardhan parikrama, we also go to Radha Kund, Sham Kund, take bath in there, and then do some chanting, and then whatever the time permits, we go to different kutis. So that's why the time that we spend at Radha Kund is limited. But if time permits and if situation permits, should go to Radha Kund individually just to visit Radha Kund and visit the different places and see the mood of devotees who stay there. If just looking at those devotees, how they live, how their lifestyle is, we can understand that they have a strong attachment to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna, Radha and Krishna, which is beyond sometimes our understanding, like why they have so much attachment. But that's what the highly devotees who are at higher consciousness and who are naturally attached to Sri Radha Govind or Radha Krishna, they can live. They stay there. We can feel that energy. We can feel see looking at the devotees. So we have to be very careful when we go to Radha Kund. Okay, in India there will be these devotees who stay in Radha Kund, right? They are not working there. Okay, they just go there to do the bhakti and somehow survive there. So many of them don't have any source of income, but they want to live in Radha Kund. So we should respect that eagerness of them to live in Radha Kund. So they will ask you money, they will ask for you help. So without offending anyone, without saying any words, anything to them, we should try to help whatever possible. Why? Because if they are decided they are living in Radha Kund, they have some attachment to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha and Krishna, which is much higher than ours maybe, right? So we should be very careful when we go to Radha Kund, not to offend any devotee there, any person there, even any dog or anything there, right? And we because we are living in Japan and other countries, um, and we are conditioned with our material consciousness and cleanliness and tidiness and everything, we get frustrated when go to such places. That's a bad conditioning that has happened to us. Okay, so we have to go beyond that condition, right? So about the Radha Kund, right? So uh, Radha Kund appearance, like in Govinda Lilamrut also, Govinda Lilamrut actually talks about the intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan and Govardhan and Radha Kund. In there, the pastimes of every day, there are 8 pastimes of Radha and Krishna, right, which are eternally going on. So in that, Krishnadas Raviraj Goswami in Govinda Lilamrut explains that in the afternoon pastime section, right, so the time is given around 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock, with the description of Vrunda Devi takes Krishna away from Mansi Ganga near the Govardhan hill from his Sakha friends and cows and brings him to Srimati Radharani and Sakhis who are waiting at Radha Kund. Okay. They sport jokes and hasya, laughter, leela, before stealing Krishna's flute. Lalita Saki, Vishaka Saki, Tunga Vidya Saki, Rupa Manjari, and all other Sakis steal the flute of Krishna. And how Krishna reclaims his flute back is an object of relishing meditation for devotees. The book also describes Radha Kund's beauty and eternal description. So we have that book yesterday. Jayashree gave me that book. So I read little bit. So pastimes in this Govinda Lilamrut are very intimate pastimes of Radha Krishna that will not find in uh, Srimad Bhagavatam or on. Because Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gives these pastimes for devotees who really want to meditate on the pastimes and Vraja. Hmm. And they have crossed the uh, material vision, material intelligence, and material thought processes of looking at anything. Anything, looking at anything has two views, right? If we look at the water, we think, oh, this water is pure or not pure. Is it okay to drink? That is a vision. But if you think another vision is the water, how this water is made, the test of water is Krishna. Krishna has provided this water to me. This is little bit higher consciousness, where we connect it to Krishna, right? So that vision needs to be developed. uh, for that is developed by reading about Krishna, reading the pastimes and connection of Krishna with this material world, how he's connected indirectly or directly, right? So that vision has to be developed. So like in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, some devotees say that okay, the past Raslila chapters like 33, from chapter 33 are not for everybody. Of course, if your vision or if your mind is still lusty, it's difficult to understand these pastimes and relish those pastimes because of the material consciousness and intelligence and thought process, right? But on the other side, it is also mentioned that if you read these pastimes of Krishna from last Leela, and if you are little bit also attached to Krishna, then your lusty thoughts and desires will go away, because you will understand that everything that is done in this world is the reflection of the pure love. And what is pure love? Uh, so that vision and that consciousness also comes from reading these chapters and these books, right? So that is also important. But you should not hurry to read all these things in a sahajiya mood, like oh, like we are enjoying, Krishna is also enjoying. This is a sahajiya mood, right? Taking the things of Krishna's pastimes and everything cheaply. So we have to be careful in that also, right? So books are there, and Bhanu Maharaj is spending his life in translating all these books of Vaishnava Acharyas, okay, which are not available, which Srila Prabhupada was not able to translate in his lifetime. The Srila Prabhupada has given us the main books which are enough for our development. But as a legacy, like ISKCON should have the past books for other Vaishnava Acharyas. So Bhanu Maharaj has translated all these books. Day and night he is translating and giving us. So we should try to read these books as per our time availability, as per our interest, because these are intimate things that we should know, uh, and we should try to understand. So here in the purport, uh, where is that? The importance, like the sequence, like is given, right? That better than the spiritual world is Mathura. This is also very difficult to comprehend. How come if you go to Mathura now, and if you see around Mathura and places, Krishna's birthplace, the mosque near it and everything, then we don't understand why this place is so uh, at high level. Why it is better than the spiritual world? So now our vision is the problem, right? So Krishna took the birth there. Uh, so our vision still goes into a different materialistic way of thinking. So we cannot maybe understand the importance of Mathura or Vrindavan or Giri Govardhan. So, uh, but Shastra says, yeah, so Mathura is better than the spiritual world, better than that is Vrindavan, because Krishna has done so many pastimes in Vrindavan. So, to visit Vrindavan and Govardhan and all these places, you need vision. So now also, like our acharyas say that the pastimes of Krishna are eternally going in Vrindavan. From Krishna never goes away from Vrindavan. Right? So these also Shastra and acharyas tell us. So if that is the case, then Krishna is still there, right? But we cannot see because of our vision, because of our problem of our consciousness. Uh, if you go to Vrundakund, the pastimes are going there also. We are not able to understand. But the devotees or Vrajavasis who are staying there, some of them then can understand. They can see that. So to live in Vrindavan and all these places is requires lot of purification. Uh, it's not so easy to live in Japan and live in Vrindavan. Very different. Going Vrindavan for 4 days, 1 week is different, and living there is also very different. It's not so easy. It's austere life that you have to take, and for that you need a lot of commitment. So, of course, there are facilities where you can peacefully live, and you should live. If possible, you should live there, spend time there, mm, and careful of the offenses also. So, all these places of Krishna's pastimes are important for us. And the most important is the 12 forests of Vrindavan, then Govardhan Hill, and then Radha Kund. So if you go, if we are able to go together this time, right, we can go to the different places in around the Govardhan Hill, and how Krishna's pastimes are done there, right? There are different kundas, many kundas are there, small kundas are there, small temples are there where Krishna's different pastimes were done. So when acharyas or Srila Prabhupada write here that Krishna has done several pastimes there. When we actually go to Vrindavan, we can see the six Goswamis have found all these places and given us the description. Okay, this pastime happened here, this pastime happened here. So when we go and we see with these eyes, sometimes we think, is it really true? This pastime happened here. Is it really true that Indra came here and Govind Kund is here? Is it really true? Surbi came, Krishna was here, and uh, Indra also came here and he prayed. This is our problem. When I went with some group, or they asked, like, is it how it is, how to believe it? How to believe it that Krishna came here, Indra came here. So, as the time passes in the Kali Yuga, all these beliefs and all this faith will go reducing and reducing. And then people start getting this type of doubts. Is it really true that this thing was there? Now Kali Yuga is just started, and we are reading Bhagavatam, and also that's why we have some faith, so we can understand. But after, say, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 years, it may be a questionable to people that is this Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitam, these people existed, or it's just like what, just imagination? Like Srila Prabhupada, because we are seeing Srila Prabhupada the disciples and gurus, we know Srila Prabhupada was there, but after certain time, people may not believe that also, right? So that's how the Kali Yuga is degrading, right? So in this lifetime, when we are taken birth here, right, in this lifetime, which is the beginning of Kali Yuga, right? So we are lucky that we have taken birth in this span of time of Kali Yuga, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees are still there and they are trying to preach. So, and we are come in contact with them somehow or other. And these places are also there, and we are reading about these places. So, we should try to go to these different places and try to meditate. There are different ways of going to the this holy dhams. Some go for yatra, some go as a group, some go as sightseeing spots. So different ways. Any way you go to these places, the result is transcendental. You get attached to these places. You get transcendental energy from these places. That actually helps to build up your consciousness and faith. So Radha Kund's another name is Kanchan Kunda. So I think everybody knows the story of this, right? Like Krishna, after killing Aristasur, which was form of bull, then he came to this place near Govardhan to meet Radharani and other Sakhis. Then Radharani said, you cannot come close to me. And he said, why? No, because you have killed a bull, and of killing a bull is a great offense. So you have to purify yourself. You have to atone for those the the killing of bull. So then Krishna, with his toe in the ground, he kicks and the water comes out, and then uh, that water is from all the holy rivers, right? Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati, Godavari. Then Krishna takes bath in that lake. So that is Shamakunda. So Radha Kund and Sham Kund are next to each other. So when Krishna takes bath, he says, "Now I am purified of my sin of killing the bull because I took bath and all the rivers are there." So, but then Krishna says, "Now Radharani and you all also have to purify yourself because you took side of the bull and you told me this. So you also have to purify yourself." Then Radharani and all the Sakhis with their bangles, gold or whatever bangles, they they dig this Radha Kund and they start bringing water from Mansi Ganga there. But by the time they bring water to this place, it's quite a distance now. Like bringing water from Mansi Ganga, not so close. Okay, so and the water, every all the water spills out, or even if they put water into that lake, the water will drip inside. So then Krishna request, Krishna sees that Radharani and her friends are very sad. So then Krishna tells all the rivers to go into the Radha Kund, right? And then Radharani and others take bath in that. And then Krishna also takes bath in Radha Kund. So there Krishna says that I, Srimati Radharani, is the most topmost devotee and she is dearmost to me. So her lake Radha Kund is also most dear to me. So because Radharani and all her friends made that kunda with the help of their bangles, so it is called Kanchan Kunda also. That is another name of Radha Kund. So now if you go to Radha Kund, you find a big lake. uh, But like Srila Prabhupada mentions in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela also, it is mentioned that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found it, it was small kunda. It was not like what we see now, right? So then devotees also think like, is it really like how it was like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found? So in CC Madhya also it is mentioned that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced in ecstasy when we arrived at Arita Gram. Arita is Gram, his name is Aristasur from us. His sense perception was awakened. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked local people, "Where is Radha Kund?" No one could inform him, and the Brahman accompanying him did not know either. The Lord then understood that the holy place called Radha Kund was no longer visible. However, being omniscient, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he discovered Radha Kund and Sham Kund, the two paddy fields. There was only a little water, but he took his bath there. When the people people of village saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking bath in those two ponds in the middle of paddy fields. They were very much astonished, and the Lord then offered his prayer to Sri Radha Kund. All the gopis, Radharani is dearmost. Similarly, the lake known as Radha Kund is very dear to the Lord because it is very dear to Srimati Radharani. Just as Srimati Radharani is most dear to Lord Krishna, so her lake known as Radha Kund is also dear to him. Of all the gopis, Srimati Radharani is the certainly most beloved. In that lake, Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani used to sport daily. Right? So this is daily sport that in Govinda Leelamrut it is explained that in the afternoon time in water and have rasa dance on the bank. Indeed, Lord Krishna gives ecstatic love like that of Srimati Radharani to whoever bathes in that lake even once in life. The attraction of Radha Kund is as sweet as that of Srimati Radharani. Similarly, the glories of Kunda are as great as Srimati Radharani. Because of wonderful qualities, Radha Kund is as dear to Krishna as Srimati Radharani. It was in that lake that all the opulent Lord Krishna performed his pastimes with Srimati Radharani with great pleasure and transcendental bliss. Whoever bathes just once in Radha Kund attains Srimati Radharani's loving attraction for Krishna. Who within this world can describe the glories of sweetness of Sri Radha Kund? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus offered prayer to Radha Kund. Overwhelmed by ecstatic love, he danced on the bank, remembering the pastimes of Lord Krishna performed on the bank of Radha Kund. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then marked his body with tilaka made from the mud of Radha Kund, and with the help of Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he collected some of the mud and took with him. So, here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, how he found Radha Kund and how he worshipped Radha Kund is given, right? So similarly, when we go to Radha Kund, we take bath, we take some mud from there and do tilak, if possible, bring. So there is one pastime of Srila Prabhupada where some devotees say that we should not take bath in Radha Kund. So it was, I have heard in several classes that Srila Prabhupada told this to devotees because he found that uh, devotees who were not, who he went with the Western devotees and he told about Radha Kund, Sham Kund, but devotees started, when they taking bath in the Radha Kund and Sham Kund, they started playing there while swimming and all. Then Srila Prabhupada said that you don't take bath in this kunda. Why? Because that particular time those devotees, they were not having proper consciousness, or they were started playing, taking it cheaply, Radha Kund, and Srila Prabhupada didn't want that to happen, right? So Chaitanya Srila Prabhupada said that you don't take bath. So this pastime also devotees sometimes tell, oh, Srila Prabhupada said don't take bath. Why we should not take bath? We should just take water. Is a sacred. Yeah. So there are this type of views are also there. But if we see in the Shastra, it says you take bath, but while taking the bath, you should be in that higher consciousness, right? What the most fortunate moment of our lifetime that we are taking bath in Radha Kund, which is very rare. Hmm. Not everybody goes to Radha Kund in their lifetime, but if we are able to go to Radha Kund and take bath, then we should remember these pastimes of Radha and Krishna and how different acharyas have done their bhajan kutir and their bhajan around Radha Kund. For what purpose? For attaining the prema of Radha and Krishna, right? So when you have this consciousness and this faith that if you take bath in Radha Kund and then you will get love or prema for Krishna, that consciousness and that faith will give that. If you just go and take bath and playing, then that result will not come, right? So Srila Prabhupada was careful educating his devotees, right? So the question also comes like, okay, uh, there is on YouTube you can find this video. Okay, there is one video every 20 years or 25 years the cleaning of Radha Kunda is done. Okay, so if you see, I just was checking yesterday. So this everybody is able to see, right? Yeah, so this there is video. You can see this video, how the cleaning of Radha Kunda is done, and then after cleaning the Radha Kund, removing the water, how the devotees are uh, taking bath, right, and enjoying the mud, right. So if you see, there was one good video actually. So it's a small kunda that comes at the end, very small pond type, this type, very pond type of thing. तत्वन के तत्व जग जीवन श्री कृष्ण चंद्र तत्वन के तत्व. So this video you can see afterwards today when you have time, how this Kanchan Kunda is found, and what is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that it was a small pond. Uh, so this Kanchan Kunda, or this, like, devotees clean this every 20-25 years, and then they enjoy in this kunda, in this mud, right? So it's a different occasion. So that is, the small kunda is still there. If you see that in Sham Kund and Radha Kund, when you go, many devotees like this, they will dip their japamala, uh, so that we get the interest of that uh, chanting to achieve Krishna prema, right? Through that japa, right? So you can see these videos whenever you have time today, and there are several videos which give the importance of bhajan kutits and all, right? So this is one of the way, by discussing about Radha Kund, by discussing about these pastimes, we immerse our consciousness in Krishna's pastimes, right? So in this ninth verse is explaining the importance of living in Vrajadham, importance of staying in Vrajadham and worshipping the dham, right? Then in the now there are then we'll take the next verse next time, which is the it's like the instruction started with very normal, very important but normal instructions for a materialistic person. But in this 11 verses, Srila Rupa Goswami has given the topmost education, right? From controlling our life, directing our life towards the bhakti path, and achieving the topmost uh, goal, or topmost transcendental achievement is prema, right? In the Shastra it is said that all types of fruitive activity, he who is advanced in knowledge of higher values of life is favored by Supreme Lord Hari. Out of many such people, who are advanced in knowledge, gyanis, one who is practically liberated by virtue of his knowledge may take to devotional service. So the glorification of bhakti. He is superior to others. However, one who has actually attained prema, pure love of Krishna, is superior to him. The gopis are exalted above all the advanced devotees because they are always totally dependent upon Shri Krishna, the transcendental cowherd boy. Among the gopis, Srimati Radharani is the most dear to Krishna. Her Kunda lake is as profoundly dear to Lord Krishna as his most beloved of the gopis. Who then will not reside at Radha Kunda and in spiritual body surcharged with ecstatic devotional feeling, a prakrita bhava, render loving service to the divine couple Sri Radha Govinda, who perform their Ashtakaliya Leela, their eternal eightfold daily pastimes. Indeed, those who execute devotional service on the banks of Radha Kund are the most fortunate people in the universe. So here again the next verse will also glorify Bhakti, Srimati Radharani and Radha Kund and people living in there. So next time we will read this verse and the purport, and there is more glorification about Radha Kund and devotees living there. So today we saw why Radha Kund is important. Here is Radha Kund, how we should behave with Radha Kund, what is the background of Radha Kund, and what is the importance of going there. So next time also we'll see more explanation from Rupa Goswami and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. And we'll stop here. If anybody has any comments, or any wish or any addition, they can please. We have some time. Thank you. Hare Krishna. I lost it. Where is that screen? Okay, here.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful class. Actually, when you were saying how everything will get covered in some many years to come, I was simply thinking like how you said, we will start questioning everything. Like, is this true? Is this true? So I kind of was able to relate that this is how Maya takes over and she starts covering up everything such that it is not very easy to see with the material eye. And then there requires some level of maturity and definitely guidance from devotees to witness all this or even have the idea that something like this is there. And I understood like what great service Srila Prabhupada has done to his masters and what mercy he has shown us that we are able to get all this by his mercy. So that was very eye-opening, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. So this is not about only about these places. If you the latest generation, what Chinmay and Anmol's generation is what generation Z or whichever
Yeah, they're Gen Z.
Gen Z. But if you go a little further, right, those kids who are now 1 year or 2 year, they are I think Z Alpha or some generation, right? So if you talk with them who are 2 years or 3 years old, na, and if you tell them that we have lived in a life where there were no phones or there were only these landline phones, the television was not there, they don't believe now also. So or like Om's kids or like our kids, our grandchildren, right? If you tell them that we lived a life in which there were no phones, right? And we never used to, once we go to school or office, we never used to contact our family back. There was no way to contact till we come back, right? Or we, if you have landline phone, you can, otherwise it's very difficult. Or we used to call from landline phone with 1 rupee. They don't believe now that such a time was there, but we have seen that, right? So our generation, those who are in 40s and 50s now, right, we are change generation, right? We have seen that old time when no phones, no vehicles, and nothing was there. And now we are seeing these phones and everything. Now AI is starting. So after maybe 2 decades, we will see how AI will change the world. So this generation, our generation, we are going to see all these different phases of the life, how it is changing. So we are and we have spent most of our time in adjusting to these changes, and our life will go. But the next generations, they are born in this era when the phones and everything was a normal thing. So for them it is very difficult to believe such thing existed. So from that angle, all these spiritual places which requires faith, the faith will be reduced, right? So it is going to happen somehow. Srila Prabhupada helped us, so we should take advantage of whatever way possible and not wasting our time at the last, as the last verse said, right? Not wasting time in criticizing, thinking, worrying. Hmm. Yes, Mataji, very important.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Even Govardhan also we will not see after maybe 5,000, 10,000. There will be no Govardhan. Now we can see little bit, but slowly it will not also be, it will go inside the earth. It will not be visible. Then anybody will say, how can you say that Govardhan was here? Only faith will help. Yeah. Any other comments? And today we talked that okay, we should try to go. So let us think on this. If we can plan something this year, a week or something. Take out and let's go together to this dham. Okay, if no comments or no further questions or reflections, then maybe we can stop here. Some chat, something is there. Wait, what? Uh, mm. 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 Of course, you speak English now. What is the question? Chaitanya, what the question or comment is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if staying in Vrindavan is the topmost, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed at Jagannath Puri and his associates were also at Jagannath Puri. Then how it is? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's purpose is Radharani's mood, Vipralamba Bhav. So Jagannath Puri is Vipralamba Kshetra. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give that bhav to us, right? And it's not that his devotees were only in Jagannath Puri; they were in Bengal also. Six Goswamis he sent to Vrindavan to establish Vrindavan again, right? And write the bhakti literatures. So that's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also brought up the importance of Vrindavan, the Sthalis, different pastime places of Vrindavan, and also bhakti. So if you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lifetime, he has given Vrindavan to us, re-established, like Radha Kund story. He re-established Vrindavan for all of us, right? In Goswamis. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself stayed at Jagannath Puri, yes, for Vipralamba. He stayed away from Bengal, he stayed away from Vrindavan. What?
Is the highest mode? Staying in Jagannath Puri in separation or?
See, every devotee will have different inclinations. You cannot say that this is the highest or this is the topmost. Somebody who is attached to Jagannath, they will prefer to stay at Jagannath Puri. Who are attached to if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is staying there for 18 years of his life, that means that place is also that powerful spiritually and transcendental. So Jagannath Puri's importance, there are several books, right? Several investigations going on why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did like this, right? So yeah, so those who have interest in Puri, they will stay Puri. Some are interested in Mayapur, they will stay in Bengal. Depends on everybody's mood. So we cannot say which is highest, right? For me, living in Vrindavan may be highest. For me, maybe Puri is best. So whatever your rasa.
The Pustak Sampradaya.
Nahi, as 2 slokas are there, 11 slokas are there.
माझं असं म्हणणं होतं की आता डिस्कस करायला पाहिजे की नेक्स्ट पुस्तक कुठलं घ्यायचं आणि हे अजून एक होतं की ते पुस्तक संपल्यानंतर नेक्स्ट पुस्तक चालू झाल्यानंतर प्रत्येक क्लासमध्ये 15 मिनटं किंवा 10 मिनटं प्रत्येकाने या एक श्लोक घेऊन एका श्लोकबद्दल बोलायचं.
Okay. Okay.
ते एक माझं होतं सजेशन. आणि नेक्स्ट बुक कुठलं आहे?
So she is saying that now there are 2 slokas, so we should discuss next time also, at least let what should be the next book that we should read and discuss. And during the 1 hour, like everybody should give some of their comments and some understanding, something everybody should share so that it becomes discussion, not like one person speaking or something like that.
एनोवायचा एक 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 श्लोक घ्यायचा
We
पुस्तक
can
चालू
discuss about
झाल्यानंतर
NOI also. Even if we take other book, we can keep discussing about one shloka and everybody can share on one shloka in one class. अजून
सगळ्यांच्या रिक्वेस्ट आल्या की भागवतमचा एक श्लोक वाचायला रोज चालू करायचा का, जसं आपण गीता डेली करत होतो तसं.
who requested? तू इंग्लिश का नाही बोलत?
अनमोलची रिक्वेस्ट आहे, माझी रिक्वेस्ट आहे, भारतीची रिक्वेस्ट.
What is the request?
रिक्वेस्ट
What is the request?
श्रीमद भागवतम.
Ah, Shrimad Jayashree is saying that there is request that we should read what? Shrimad Bhagavatam.
Like Papa was doing Gita daily before.
Just read
We comment like just one shloka.
every day.
Yeah, we was doing Gita daily, right, every day.
Yeah, but that is just reading together.
Yeah.
It's not like discussing or anything.
It was not discussion, it was just sharing.
No sharing.
Okay, we can do reading then.
Bhagavatam, is this request valid request that everybody wants to read one shloka of Bhagavatam every day? I am okay.
Yes, okay, Prabhuji. It'll be wonderful, Prabhuji.
I am okay. We can read one shloka every day, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, somewhere in the evening.
A few pages. Like we can fix the time and read the few
We
pages.
fix the time. We
Yeah,
cannot
fix the time.
just keep increasing with all these things. Then it does not happen.
No, we just fix the time, 10 minutes, 15
Yeah,
minutes.
10 minutes, 15 minutes you fix,
Mm.
and then we do that regularly
Mm.
instead of increasing and adding.
Then time we have to fix what time.
So, what time is good for everyone?
9 o'clock.
Night time? I don't know. Like everybody has the kids and 9 o'clock.
Night time is okay, Prabhuji. Like anytime. After 7, anytime is good, Prabhuji.
About others, like okay, 9 o'clock is okay.
9 to 9:15 every day.
Yes, 9 o'clock is like
Nine,
fine for me.
yeah, 9 to 9:15 maybe. We can.
Sorry, Prabhuji, for me maybe it's little difficult, but sometime I may join. Like if I finish my housework because I have other classes also. So
Yeah. Okay. So whatever, maybe 9, 9:30, whatever time suits, we can start. Okay, we'll just read the shloka and translation and we'll see.
I
18,000.
yeah, I can also join, but I have a request. Reading, anybody can read in their house anytime. But it is not just reading. What it is mentioned, how we can develop bhakti by reading that. I want to hear from you. That's most important.
It's like we was doing Gita daily, na?
Let them read in their house whenever they are free time. In the
Yeah.
class, let's discuss. Not let's. We don't have any knowledge. I mean, I don't have any knowledge to discuss, but I want to hear from you. That's the meaning of reading the Bhagavad Gita. It's not a just reading.
Okay.
Studying the Bhagavad Gita, not reading the Bhagavad Gita. It's a studying Bhagavad Gita. I mean, Bhagavatam.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you can choose how many shloka in 15 minutes you want to do, and then you can do that. It's just like we was doing Gita daily.
Okay. So let us start from tomorrow 9 o'clock. Let me think how to do.
Today.
Tomorrow also I have class.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start from today, 9 o'clock, and we can discuss, we'll read and we can talk. It because Bhagavatam shlokas itself, if you take the first shloka itself is a purport is 20-40 pages. The, you read the first shloka purport.
Then you have to just read translation and explain, and probably
Yeah.
everyone will read. That will be the homework.
Yeah, so give me some time, at least one day,
Okay.
start tomorrow. Let me think how we can take it in crisp way that will help us, all of us, including me, to be at that consciousness at that time of the day. It's good 9 o'clock because then we are in good consciousness before going to bed. Okay, so okay,
Sorry to interrupt, Prabhuji.
yeah,
Maybe like if we are reading from tomorrow, all of us can pre-read the translation purport once, and then probably we can talk. You can talk about it like tomorrow, and then again we will reread the verse and the purport as from what you explained, and we'll also pre-read for the next day. So does that work, Prabhuji?
yeah, I'm okay. Everybody, that's very good because reading 40 pages today and tomorrow it's a good
Not 40 pages.
purport everybody has to read, right? Before coming tomorrow evening.
Yes,
That's
Prabhuji, we will do. We will do. Before class, we will read and come, and we will hear from you.
yeah,
What's it?
yeah. Okay, so let us read the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.1 and let us come tomorrow 9 o'clock to discuss on that. Okay, it's good, that gives good engagement. Anyway, it is going, it's very cold today, tomorrow. So, and gives some commitment for Shastra study is good. Okay, let us start from tomorrow evening, night 9 o'clock. We'll have every day at 15 to 20 minutes. 9 to 9:15, 20 we will do. And if required, we can adjust the timing based on schedules.
9:15
So
to 9:30.
let us start 9
Okay.
and then we can adjust if required. Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila
Jai.
Swami ki jai.